Hey everyone, welcome back to a new video. I would love for you to join us today while we tackle some yard work. We're going to be installing a brand new sunsail over our pool to help protect us from the sun. We're also going to be putting in some new lights that are going to string across the yard to just brighten it up and just make it look nice and cozy. We're going to be cooking an awesome dinner and yeah, just tackling some stuff around the house. So I hope you guys enjoy. Alright, so I'm starting off this video sharing with you us installing the sunsail. So here my husband was unloading the 6x6 posts, and let me tell you, these are no joke. They're heavy, very heavy. So we ordered these from Lowe's. We also got a sunsail, some eye hooks, and some clips so that way we could clip the sunsail on and off when we wanted to. And I think the total price, I think he said, was like $130 for the materials needed to do this particular project. So it's a little on the pricey side. However, this is going to be awesome, especially since summer is approaching us. The kids are going to want to spend so much time in the pool, and I won't have to worry so much about them getting roasted from the sun, knowing that we have at least some level of protection from it. So here, my husband's just digging a decent size hole. We're putting the 6x6 posts 2 foot into the ground, and we're also concreting them in so they're nice and sturdy.
I hope Zoe doesn't.
She's so cute.
Mom, I'm scared Zoe's gonna fall.
No, she's resting her eyes. Hold on, don't move. I gotta get a picture of this. What is it? You got a zoomies! Oh, it's got the freaking zoomies. She's psycho. So once we measured out and had pretty much the first post placed, we put a little bit of dirt in the hole. Well, my husband did. I keep saying we as if I'm over here working or something. I'm just sitting here supervising, which I'm really good at, by the way. I'm just joking. Which my husband, you know what's funny? Let me just say this. If you and your husband ever work on projects, y'all know how you kind of like bicker back and forth, but it's really not an argument. It's more of like who's going to be the boss type of thing. It's hilarious to me because Dylan is naturally a born leader, okay? So he naturally has this mindset to just like, I wouldn't say boss me around because that's not really the right way to say it, but he's just like, hey, go grab this. Hey, do this. Hey, like, and then I'm the same way. So we kind of like both try to be the boss in the moment, and then one of us ends up standing around just looking silly. So I just thought it was funny, but anyway, he had the kids help him mix the concrete. You have to learn how to do this stuff at some point in life, so he had them help him with that, and then he's adding concrete slowly to each post. So we actually only got 2 bags of concrete, and we think that was a mistake on our part. Like, I don't know why we only ordered 2 bags of concrete. We should have gotten 3, 1 bag for each post, but we ended up just splitting the 2 bags throughout the 3 posts, and it actually was plenty. The posts are completely solid. Between the dirt and the concrete, they're not budging. We've already had a horrible storm that came through, and we didn't take the sunsail down, and I was like, holy crap. That thing is holding on tight. The sunsail was like whipping in the wind. I was like a little scared, but it's fine. Everything's holding really well. The posts, you can't even wiggle them. They're in there that solid. So super proud of that. But yeah, we're just working together to try to level things out as best as possible. I would recommend having some string to make sure each of your posts are level, but we just eyeballed it, and I basically just would run to the outside of the yard, take a look in, add some dirt, and we just kind of tried our best to get them as even as possible visually. And by even, I mean like height-wise. So we didn't have any string, so we couldn't really make sure that was level. So we eyeballed that. But as far as like leveling the posts to make sure they're not crooked, I'm definitely using a level for that. But we will say using the 6x6 post was much easier to get these posts level than like a 4x4. I think it's just because they're heavier, they're more solid, and they kind of stand up on their own. So it was really nice. I feel like this project went really smooth. So he's adding concrete to each of the posts. We have not added the fill dirt yet because we're going to let the concrete kind of settle and hopefully harden a little bit before we add the dirt, because we personally feel like when you add dirt to the top of like concrete that's not fully dry, it weakens the concrete. We learned our lesson with this when we did the fence panels. So all of our posts we concreted in, but we did the dry pour method where you pour dry concrete in and then you wet it, then you fill it in with dirt, and we just don't feel like it gave the same effect as if we would have mixed the concrete, poured it in, let it set, and then add the dirt to the top of the dried concrete. So we're doing it right this time. And while it was drying, I started working on weed eating and mowing the yard. And while I was mowing and weed eating, my husband was actually fixing up our fence. So you're going to see him walk by with a post. So our fence panel, or not our fence panel, our gate was really crooked, so he had to fix that. He just kind of reinforced it and basically just installed a new gate because he did take the old one down because it was just really old, and we had never stained the original fence that we did on that one side of the house, so the fence panels did not last. As you can see, the fence that's on this back side of our yard, we just installed that and we stained it. And we stained both sides, so it has been holding up great. The water still beads off of it instead of like soaking into it, and I feel like long term it's going to keep our fence nicer longer. But yeah, I'm just going to weed eat, play some music for a little bit. I feel like I've been talking this whole video.
I think that I'm going to hiding somewhere by a gated star. Baby, they ain't never gonna find me. I'm a renegade. I could be the one who saved you from this hard place. We could be as one and we'll escape. We could run away, we don't gotta stay. I can feel it, it burns inside me. Take away the pain, we can go insane. I can feel it, it burns inside me. We could run away, we don't gotta stay. I can feel it, it burns inside me. Take away the pain, we can go insane. Trust me, I won't let you down. I won't let you down. Yeah, I won't let you down. I won't let you down. Oh, I won't let you down. We could have the world to ourselves, going to a place that's far, staring at the stars for hours, 'cause you're a renegade. I could be the one who saved you from this hard place. We could be as one and we'll escape. We could run away, we don't gotta stay. I can feel it, it burns inside me. Take away the pain, we can go insane. I can feel it, it burns inside me. We could run away, we don't gotta stay. I can feel it, it burns inside me. Take away the pain, we can go insane. Trust me, I won't let you down. I won't let you down. Yeah, I won't let you down. I won't let you down. Oh, I won't let you down. Some gates never get.
I totally forgot to show y'all. Was I calling this a Sunsail the whole time? It's called a shade sail. Oh my gosh. It's the Coolaroo. Sunshade sail, whatever. Y'all know what I'm trying to say. It's shade for the pool. But that's how it ended up turning out. So I forgot to show you, and then I was like mowing and you could already see it. But anyway, now I'm going to start cleaning up the back patio area. This is like constantly a mess. Like I cannot keep up with it. Between the dogs and us sitting on this couch, the cushions don't stay up. I love the look of this patio set, but the cushions not being attached to anything are such a pain in the rear end. They always get knocked down. I eventually would love to get a new patio set, something that's a little bit more functional for a busy family, someone who utilizes the space a lot more. I think that you need something a little bit more sturdy. The cushions need to be attached. I think that'll overall help a lot. And yes, I totally missed a few spots when I was weed eating, but you know, it's fine. Our grass is still trying to grow in at the moment, so over time it's going to start filling in more. This, where the patio set is right there out in the yard, that's where our pool used to be, and the grass is starting to grow in, and as you can see, our yard is starting to slowly but surely fill out. It'll take time, but once it hits like rainy season here, which we're about there now, the yard starts to look really pretty and it fills up fast. Since we have Bahia grass and we had it installed about 2 years ago, and every year, every summer, it comes back nice and strong and it looks great. So we're just waiting for it to fill in. All right, so now it is time to install our new solar string lights. We are using the Adlon brand, and a huge thank you to Adlon for sponsoring today's video. We are installing the 48-foot solar string lights today. We've received 2 of these, so we're going to put one across our yard, and then we're going to put one a little bit closer to the house, and we're going to share that with you guys today. But as you can see, these are solar powered, but you can also charge while using the USB. So if you need to charge it up on like a rainy week or something like that, you'll still be able to have your lights working, which is really cool. So here, as you can see, all the lights are well wrapped and there's like little zip ties on them to keep them from getting all tangled up. So I just laid those out, and my husband and I are going to start stringing them across the yard so that way we can install. So to install our solar lights, we are using heavy-duty staples and zip ties. So he just simply put in a heavy-duty staple first and then zip tied around the staple onto the string light. And here's just another look at the solar panel. It does come with a stand that you can attach. It's super easy to put together. It comes with a little bolt and a nut so you can screw it in there. You can either stick this right into the ground and just have it sitting wherever you want, or you can actually attach this part right here to the side of the house and have it up out of the way, which is the way we are going to install ours today. So here, Dylan is just going to attach the little stand that the solar panel sits on to the side of the house. We decided to install ours here so that way the solar panel can point up where the sun, shines on our house the most. That way we'll get the most energy for our solar lights. Now that he has it attached to the house, we're attaching it right here to our little shed and then back to the other post over by the pool to really just string these out all the way across the yard. Also, these solar lights come with a remote control. Yes, remote controlled. There is 3 brightness modes, 3 different brightness levels, and it is also timing controlled. How cool is that? I love that it's remote controlled, so that way I can have them on or off or as bright as I want whenever I want. These Adlon solar string lights not only are great quality, but they're also really beautiful. They really change the space so much. We feel like the backyard is just a lot more warm and cozy and inviting, and it's just somewhere that we want to spend a lot of our time. I feel like the lights just really added that extra little flair to the space that it really needed. So a huge thank you goes to Adlon for sending these solar lights to me to review for you guys. I will have all the information down below at the top of the description box, so it's easy to find. There will also be a coupon code available, so you can definitely take advantage of that. But thank you guys so much for trusting my recommendation. I hope you guys enjoyed the Adlon solar lights as much as I do. Jumping back into the video, a few hours before we installed the solar lights, I actually ran to Publix after working in the yard all day. We wanted to have a really nice dinner, so we decided on seafood. All of us really love shrimp and lobster tail, so since we worked our butts off today, we decided to reward ourselves with food. So I got all the stuff that we needed, and we're gonna start cooking together. I went ahead and added the fruit to the ice cube trays while Dylan was chopping up all the other ingredients to make a shrimp boil, and I'll share that in just a second. But here I'm just chopping up some of the raspberries, blackberries, and lemons, just trying to crush them a bit. Dylan recommended doing this so that way the water would it would just infuse a little bit better. It did work really well. However, whenever the ice cube melted in my drink, I was then sipping on little pieces of fruit. So if you don't like that, then I wouldn't recommend doing this part. But I'm just going to add some water to that, pop those in the freezer so I have these for later on. The raspberry and lemon is like my all-time favorite. It's so good. I'll definitely be making these again. But now here my husband is just putting together like a whole little thing. He's got peppers, onions, lemon, corn. He's going to add in some Old Bay, garlic powder, onion powder. We also had some squash. Wow. I just butchered all that. We had some squash and zucchini that needed to be cooked up. So we chopped that up, added that in there as well. And then he's going to add in a lobster tail and shrimp once this is boiled down for a little bit. Yeah, that's not a stick. That's almost a stick. And then once this starts boiling, you're gonna add the shrimp in there too, or are you gonna let this boil for a little bit?
I'm gonna let it boil for a minute. You make sure all the vegetables are cooked, because the shrimp's only gonna take 2 minutes, maybe.
Well, they're not peeled.
They're not peeled?
No, is it supposed to get the peeled then?
No.
Okay.
It's supposed to
They're
be. They're deveined though, right?
I don't know.
Hopefully they're deveined.
I don't know what I got.
Alright, let's look.
Daddy, he needs you. I went ahead and put the dip in the oven as your little appetizer. I'm pretty sure these are deveined, baby. I think I did it right. Yeah, they are.
Do you want your lobster tail in the garlic butter?
Yes.
Okay. So we'll do yours and mine like that. I'm gonna do mine in the old bag.
Hi, Daddy. The little one's my mom's side.
So I wanted to explain this dip right here. So when we were shopping at Publix, you know how they have some of the Publix employees standing around like serving like taste testing little cups? Well, she gave me a sample of this dip with chips and it was so good. So she convinced me to buy this and Dylan absolutely loved it. I actually feel like it tasted better in store than once we got it home and I cooked it in the oven myself. I think they add special ingredients to their little samples to convince you to buy, but it was really good.
So turn the heat off and then sink it.
Do like maybe half.
That'll work.
Okay. Here's your
Sink it, yep.
okay. Just like that.
Yeah, did you stir it or did you just...
No, I sunk them.
Okay, well, it's stirred a little bit.
Well, I can't stir it with the lobster tail in
Yeah,
there.
don't mess with my lobster.
Okay.
Maya, go get me a rag to dry my hands off.
Right there. Yep. Are you gonna stir it or are you gonna sink?
The only thing we're missing in here
It's potatoes.
is potatoes.
We have potatoes. You should have put potatoes in there. It's okay.
It's too late now.
We don't need none of that. Vegetables are fine.
Yep.
Boom.
So now we'll just set that aside.
Will that lobster tail cook all the way through just like that?
Oh yeah.
Gotcha. Oh my gosh. That's a lot of butter.
Maybe butter garlic sauce.
Okay.
Just let them know we
All the-
exercised good today.
This is a reward. All the yard work. I'm wore out from mowing and weeding. My arms hurt. I was gonna go lift weights, but I don't think I'm gonna be able to.
You don't want to do it.
I'm gonna overdo it. That seems like an excessive amount of butter, I'm gonna be honest.
We did enough stuff tonight. Well, you can be honest if you want.
So you're just gonna leave it in there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you want to cook the lobster first, then do the shrimp, or do the shrimp, then the lobster?
Lobster first, then shrimp, because shrimp just is so fishy.
Okay, because I ain't really cook lobster like this, so I'm not sure
Put it in the oven.
how that's going to turn out.
So then I decided, let's whip out the air fryer and cook it in the air fryer. I do not recommend doing this. I'm going to go ahead and tell you now. I'm going to show you how we did it. He added garlic butter to the actual lobster tail after he cut down the center of the tail with the scissors, and then we put it in the little air fryer for a recommended amount of time based off of a website. Y'all, it was disgusting. I'm pretty sure that I bit into raw lobster tail. It looked like it was done, but the inside was not, and it almost ruined my entire dinner when I took a bite. So I don't recommend. Just cook it like you normally would cook it.
Yeah.
Oops.
380.
Hold on. I don't know what I'm doing. Air fry.
380.
Okay.
Okay, for 4 minutes.
Oh,
4.
I know. I didn't realize that was.
Mom, what is that?
This is our lobster tail going in there. So 4 minutes, 380.
Yep.
They smell so good. too bad they don't have smell-o-vision. Oh, you better have some shrimpy hands. That's one thing bad about seafood is the smell. At this point, everything is done. This is my little happy dance once I tasted the shrimp for the first time. I was like, oh, this is so good. But now we're going to get the table set up. My daughter laid out this brown paper. If you've ever been to like a crab shack, they kind of lay it out like this on a table. So we let her do that. And then we're just going to bring everything to the table to eat together as a family. Once dinner is all ate up, by the way, 10 out of 10, highly recommend, except for the lobster tail. Don't cook the lobster tail in the air fryer. It's not good. But after dinner, we are going to get everything all cleaned up and call it a night. I do too. What you need? Dylan, I swear. Why did you? That actually hurt. You just whacked me in the top of the head.
I guess not that good.
You meant to do it?
Yeah, I was trying to get like a little donk.
That was a hard donk.
But I like dropped it.
Ow.
Is that her family was saying it was so cool?
Do you approve? No, Zoe. I'm trying to film a sponsorship. No. Babe. She's in the box. Oh my goodness. You know, don't mind me or nothing.
This, pull it tight to over here. Zip tie that, super tight. Zip.
Cool.
I'm thinking if I do this right.
No, don't have it sticking up like that.
No?
No.
Get a little.
No. Honey. That looks weird. Please don't. Please don't. Okay. But it's not tight enough. Okay.
Baby, you're not gonna like this, but I should die.
You're so just
Do you want to get up here?
No.
And I'll assist?
You, baby. I don't think you'd be a good assistant. I'm gonna be honest.
Are you for real? I'd be the perfect helper.
You guys do this. No, down. Go get your toy. No, your toy. Zoe! No,
What are you doing?
stop!
Life is a winding road, no telling where it goes. Driving through days and nights, won't stop for traffic.